Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, I've got two friends nestled here. I didn't put the reactives in the right spot. Sizing? I don't know her. Anyway, I've got two familiar faces if you guys want to introduce yourselves. Really quickly, you could just say your names.
Hiya. Hiya.
True?
That's it.
Hi.
Hiya. Kaya.
Run. Desu.
So
Run.
true. Okay. It's been a good run, you three. We're not graduating! Oh my goodness!
We're just here for moral support for Yuno, who's going to announce that she's wearing a wig.
She's gonna reveal her third eye.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you might have seen it already if you are currently using the social media website X, formerly known as Twitter, but the announcement is we have changed our Twitter usernames yet again. Yippee! Third time's the charm, right?
Yippee!
So we have all changed our usernames. It's now, well, at least in my case, it's Yuno_HMZ_kawaii. And then, with the other two, it's their names, _HMZ_kawaii. So there is a reason that we had to change the K to a Z. Does one of you want to explain it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hanamizuki. So you know how there's like 3 Japanese characters? Well, we made a mistake and the K isn't like the character. So it's Hana, which is 1 character, Mi, which is the 2nd character, and then Zuki, which is the 3rd. So it has to be HMZ, not HMK.
Yeah, we initially did it like thinking of Hana and then Mizu and then Ki, but that is not accurate.
That
That is in fact incorrect. Mizuki!
Mizuki!
So we made a little mistake. We messed up a bit there, and so we had to change our Twitter usernames. So that's going to be changed on all of our like profiles and stuff in the near future. We like just made the change right while I was on my loading screen. So we have to like actually edit our YouTube pages and stuff like that. But yeah, that's our official handles. We just wanted to make an announcement so that you guys know that it's us. We're not bots. We were not replaced yet again.
Twitter thought we're bots.
Beep boop.
They thought we were bots the first time, and then we became people, and now we have to reiterate that we are in fact people and not bots.
Well, when we change our handles, all of us got the "Are you a bot?" thing.
That's
We
true.
must be all bots.
We're all bots.
You were acting like bots? Okay, look, that was a creative choice. It was a creative choice, and we thought it was funny, so that's just who we are. Hanamizuki do be like that sometimes.
We're so quirky.
We're so funny and quirky.
We're so funny and quirky.
So what's the new Okay, so I'll type it out.
I think you should put it on screen.
Okay, I can put it on screen, I guess. I was gonna put it in the chat, but I'll make a...
You can put it in. I'll put it in the chat and put it on the screen. You can put it
Okay.
on the screen. I'll put it in the chat.
Usernames. I was about to type
is my name?
usernames. What is your name? Do you know?
Fames.
Okay, that's Yuno's. That's mine. Let me go pull up Ron's. That's Ron's.
This looks very dumb. I'll fix it in a second.
Nah, you could leave it in that size. It's perfect.
You can't even see the kawaii on them. Anyway,
I think it's great.
Perfect. Perfect.
I think it's great.
thanks, guys. But yeah, we are now HMZ instead of HMK because we had messed up, but we are no longer messed up.
Made an oops.
Are we?
Well, we fixed some things. We fixed our branding. Put it on your forehead? Well,
Okay.
then you can't see it. My skin is porcelain white. You will not be
Make
able
it,
to see
make
my
it,
text.
make the text darker.
No. Because then people are going to want to use it on my head.
Make it the color of your hair.
That's funny.
Okay, so that's like a brown.
Okay, so the other announcement,
Mhm.
the other announcement is that Yuno is in fact bald.
I'm not bald!
It is canon that she is bald, and this is just a wig.
I'm literally not bald.
You know why she has like a big forehead? It's because
literally
her
not
wig is
bald.
slipping off her head.
I'm literally not bald. If it was a wig, it would have bangs.
They're bangless wigs.
I don't know if I believe you.
They're bangless wigs.
You're so brave for accepting your baldness. Don't say it like that. You make it sound like I have an illness.
You know why Carl has a crush on you? Cause you're bald.
Can Carl have a crush on anybody else, please? There are a few other people in
no.
kawaii who can make their models bald.
No.
There's probably people outside of kawaii who can make their models bald. Go somewhere else. Explore other options. My horns aren't fake either. I hate this household.
So
Anyway,
how does your horn, how is it attached to your head?
it's attached like in
Do
my
we know
head.
Oni anatomy?
Anatomy?
Anatomy? Anatomy?
I mean, it's just attached like any other horns would be, I assume. It's not like it's a headband.
So it is a headband.
No! I'm saying that it's not, because it's attached to my head.
But you're denying the fact that it's not a headband, so it is a dead.
But no, I'm
headband.
saying that it's not, because it's attached to my head.
Like a headband.
Like a headband.
I'm gonna go. We announced what we needed to announce. I'm sure you guys are very busy with the rest of your day.
Yeah,
But
I need to
thank
run
you-
back to lunch.
Yeah, go eat your lunch. Thank you for dropping in so
Um,
that we could make this announcement, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a normal Zatsu without you two accusing me of having a headband. But thank you for dropping by. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Why do I put up with them? Just Hanamizuki things is that they ruin my life. Okay, I will leave these on screen for a little bit, just so you guys can see them and pay attention. I cut you off? You're gonna say bye, Akaya? Oh, sorry. That's not your usual greeting! Well, not greeting. That's not your usual farewell message. You usually say Otsukaya. So that's on you. I wasn't prepared for a bye, Akaya. Yeah, okay, bye. Otsukayak. Should she get a do-over? No! I'm not... She's already out of the VC anyway. If I went back in, there's no point. When can you guys change your Twitter handles again? What do you mean? We're not planning to change them anymore after this. You know how much of a headache that would be? I barely wanted to change them the first time, but the main reason that we had to change it was because we messed up with the K and the Z. Let me do it! Oh my gosh. What?
Bye, Kaya.
And she's gone again. Are you guys happy you got your Bayakaya? Do you feel better? Are you satisfied? Yui Yui HMC Kawaii is next. Okay, that's a complete rebrand. That would be if I was like, teehee, I've decided I want to be the super cute idol Yui Yui Dayo. So now I'm Yui from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. I don't think I could do that. Changing my whole name away from Yuno. Maybe, but probably not. To hit pin up. Gross? Don't say gross. I could be cute. That's the same person, huh? Can you put the links in a pinned comment instead? People tend to not want to type in full X handles themselves. Okay. Where is Yuno? Where is Yuno's? I'm right here. Where was Kaya's message? Did she have all of them, or did she only say it one by one? Scrolling up. Yeah, she only did it one by one. So I have to make a comment that has all of them. Imagine. Okay. I said it one by one to make it hard, but why? The chat moves. People aren't gonna... Can someone please help me wrangle this child? Oh, I don't think I can do a shift enter. Okay, I'm just gonna type them out, I guess, and then put that in a pin. I tried to do shift enter, and then it just sent the comment. That's not ideal. Thanks for the Zatsu. It's not over! We're still having a normal Zatsu. We were actually supposed to announce the Twitter handle change at the end of our Pico Park collab, but our brain cells exploded, so we didn't. Oh, thank you, Kaya. I will pin this one. Where is YouTube? Come on. Catch up. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I will pin... Yeah, so if you follow the pinned message from Kaya, you can find all of our links. But yeah, platforming short-circuited our brains, and that's why we didn't remember to do it at the end of the collab. We talked about it afterwards. We were like, oh crap, we were supposed to announce that we were changing our handles. So we just decided to do it at the beginning of my Zatsu, because I streamed first today out of everybody in Hanamizuki. Yuno is the responsible one of the group. I try to be. Someone has to be. I think Ron can do it too, and despite appearances, Kaya is also pretty responsible, but I think because I tend to be like the Tsukomi or like the straight man in the group, that's kind of why that's kind of why I end up taking charge in certain aspects. No way, she says. No, she's definitely capable. She just likes to hide her capabilities in some ways. Kinda expected Ron to be the straight man. She has her moments. I think she's pretty flexible in either direction. I just tend to be more Tsukomi. I think I'm quicker with the draw when it comes to being a counter, I suppose. I don't think I'd trust you to copy paper. Now, don't be mean. Kaya is definitely very competent. She just chooses to not comply. Which is, you know, a choice that she makes. She wants people to underestimate her. I don't know if I'd word it like that. It's more she wants to keep some of her abilities hidden. Like a real ninja. She's got all of those, like, secret ninja skills. Kaya tells us to read for her because she doesn't want to. Yeah, see it? That's a perfect example. She can read, she just doesn't like to, so she makes other people do it. So anyway, hello everybody, it's me, Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. How are we doing? How have your days been? How are you feeling, now that it's been a few days since we've been here? I guess technically it's almost been a week. We're getting there. I feel like it's later in the week than it is. In my head, I'm just like, oh, it's definitely, like, Thursday, but it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Are you implying Kaya is not a real ninja? Oh no, she's definitely a real ninja. But she just has secret ninja techniques. Almost dying because 4 a.m? You should get to sleep soon. My goodness. But yeah, it do be Wednesday. I thought it was Thursday. I woke up today like, woohoo, Thursday. And then I, like, looked at the time on my phone and I was like, oh, it's Wednesday. I feel like the week's been going by really, really fast, but also really, really slow. Yeah, very jam-packed week. Lots of things been going on. But it's all been really fun. I've really been enjoying myself. It's Prob Thursday in Japan right now. Yeah, I think it would be. It's like 5 a.m. over there. 5 a.m. on Thursday. You're just in the wrong time zone. True, my brain is thinking a day ahead. I'm just... Onigashima's time zone's kind of funny. It's a little bit silly. Has quarantine messed with your perception of time? Oh, for sure. I think quarantine does that to everybody. And I was working from home even before quarantine started, so like I live within the indoors. I would like to watch you guys more, but work overlaps with most of HMZ streams. Oh no! Yeah, it kind of be like that. We tried to pick slots that we felt would be most comfortable for all of us. We're trying to be as consistent as we can. I miss HMK. We can't call you His Majesty the King anymore. Where did that even come from? Weird. You'll have to think of something else, like with the Z. His Majesty the Zebra. Or something. Is this basically a Zatsudan stream? If you would read the title of the stream, yeah, it's a Zatsu. I am here to chill. We are doing the Zatsudans. I'm trying to get better with my Zatsudan skills, in case you guys haven't noticed. His Majesty the Zoinks. So true. That's another good one. I like that one. His Majesty the Zebra. Yeah, exactly. You get it. The Ziploc bag. You're a natural and sorry we're kawaii fans we can't read. That's okay. I will teach you guys how to read. It's fine. Look at the title and read the words. I promise the letters make words. Okay. His Majesty the Zoro? Well, that might be Kaya. Finally, the talent that can teach us to read. Have you guys really not known how to read this whole time, you poor things? I must have made it really difficult to watch certain streams. His Majesty the Zatsudan. Oh, that's probably what I should have titled the stream. Okay, what else should we talk about? I didn't come into this very prepared. I mean, I knew that the, Hanamizuki girls were going to be joining me for the beginning, but I didn't think about, like... I didn't prepare topics. Apparently you want to know us a bit more. I do! I want to have stories that I can bounce off of with you guys. Like what kind of stuff are you guys into? It doesn't have to be VTuber related. It could be like, you know, Like Helix said, it could be games, it could be shows you're watching, books you're reading. Well, I guess since you guys can't read, it's not books. Movies you've been watching. What are your interests? What are your vibes? Just stare at us until we come up with something for you? Okay. Sure. It's topic time. I'm waiting. Take your time. That forehead is getting dangerously close to getting head pat. I like head pats, so if you want to give me a head pat, that would be most appreciated. Working on One Piece, currently around episode 310. Oh my goodness. Well, that will certainly make Kaya very happy. It's not Onigashima from One Piece! We are not a One Piece gen! Please. I am simply... I'm from the fictional place, like the mythological place, not the One Piece place. Can you try on the glasses? Oh yes, I do have them. Hold on. I thought about putting them on earlier. Everyone thanks Sneaky for these glasses. They're so cute. Okay, I have to make sure I'm doing this right. There's like a trick to getting the props to stay on your face properly. Yes! Perfect. Yippee! I did it! Aren't they cute? Everyone thanks Sneaky for these. They're so cute. I also have a huge crush on Yamato. Who is Yamato? What are you talking about in my chat? Don't you have your own stream later, Kaya? You can talk about it over there. You look like an owl. I'm not an owl. I am an Oni. Yamato is an Oni? Oh, I see, I see. Don't tell me it's an Oni from One Piece. I would rather not know. I still have no idea what an Oni is. I'm guessing a demon or something. So an Oni is basically a Japanese ogre. So, like, they are ogre-type, demons. Yes, they are a type of demon, but they're like ogres. So, like Shrek? No! Not like Shrek! I did get accused of that a lot pre-debut, though. Especially because my color palette is so green. Everybody was, calling me Shrek. So Yuno has layers. I do, but not because I'm an ogre that has layers. I'm not the same as an onion. Shrek if he into idols. Yeah, Shrek if he anime. Shrek if he anime girl. I guess it wouldn't really be a Gijinka if it's a character that was already kind of like, well, would it be a Gijinka? I don't think so. Onions? I hate that. I hate that very much. Maybe Yuno getting peeled off one by one. It'll be a wig instead. What are you saying? It's not a Wig! I have, like, actual hair. Please. This is real hair. It is attached to my head. I grew it. It's my hair. Human Shrek from Shrek 2 is already a Gajinka. Oh, so it would count as a Gajinka. I guess that makes sense. Like, when I think of Gajinka, I think about, like, human versions of Pokemon, but I guess... I mean, I guess if it's still, like, a sentient creature, it would still be a Gajinka. Interesting. Attached to your head just like a wig. No! I'm putting my foot down. I can handle the foot? I can handle the forehead jokes, but I'm not bald. Please. I just don't have my bangs. Like, I pin my bangs up. That's all there is to it. Human versions of Pokemon? Yeah, that's what Gajinka are. Just wait until the bald edits appear on Twitter. Oh, they're probably all over the place already. Oni have great resemblances to ogres and giant trolls. Oni were introduced to Japan via Chinese and Korean Buddhist monks. In fact, predecessors to Oni are from India. Yeah! I was actually reading about that. There was a resource I found when I was doing research on Oni, that was talking about how, like, different colored Oni represent the different, like, Buddhist principles, and I think green Oni are meant to be, like, references to, like, sloth, so, like, lethargy and, like, being really sleepy and stuff. That was a really interesting tidbit to learn. I absolutely thought that that green would have had something to do with, like, jealousy or envy. But nope, it was about sleeping. So green Oni are, sleepy little guys. I just googled Gajinka. That looks kind of scary. Oh, trust me, it's not that scary. Some Gajinka are really, really cute. There's also this, like, I think I'm allowed to talk about this kind of thing, but there's this ROM of, Pokemon that's, like, Moemon, where it's all, like, Pokemon Gajinkas, but they're, like, cute characters. Sometimes the designs are really, really cute. I do admit other times they can be kind of cursed, but yeah. Does that make you our EP streamer? I am often very EP. So, before debut, this time period would actually be around the time that I would be taking a little nap. Because I used to, well, I still do this, but I get a lot of my work done in the mornings, because I feel like I work better in the mornings. And then I can usually wrap up my work by, like, the afternoon. So then I take a little eep, and then I get up around dinner time. So I've had to adjust a little bit, because this used to be my, like, right in the middle of my nap time. So, I am occasionally a bit EP. Like, today I'm a little bit EP. But I'm okay. I've got water. Water will help me wake up. Hope we're not keeping you from sleep. Oh no, you're fine. We're all good. Okay, I'm gonna not stay zoomed in. This is a good bit, though. Oh my goodness, why do I feel like this program is lagging? No, stay on my face! Stay. VTube Studio, why do I feel like you are dropping so many frames? Man. Yeah, that's better. Smash a Red Bull, you'll be fine. Ugh, I don't like Red Bull. I don't really like energy drinks like that. I also don't drink soda. I don't know if you noticed, but when I was listing all my different drinks, I didn't mention a soda anywhere. I am not a soda drinker. Soda's kind of gross. Sleeping stream win? Ugh, I wish. If only that would be considered good content. Pepsi, though? Ugh. Yuck. If I'm going to go for a soda, it will be something in the Coca-Cola line. No Pepsi. Except maybe Sierra Mist. That might get a pass. Everything else, though, no. Ew. I don't like... I don't like carbonated drinks. The fizz is awful. The fizz, like, burns. How do you people drink it? It makes no sense. It's so fizzy. It just burns. It makes your stomach feel gross. Like, why? So juice? Yeah, I do prefer juice. I think I mentioned, like, fruit juice on my debut slides. I really like juice. I am a peach juice enjoyer. What kind of soda are you drinking? It burns when you're not used to it. I also really like lemonade, so good taste there too. Peach lemonade, really good. Green tea lemonade, yum. Delicious. That's one of the best ways for me to take tea. It's if it's iced tea mixed with lemonade. If it burns, that's an unfortunate case of skill issue. No, it's because it's bad. It's bad for you. The fizz burns and it's icky. Not a fan of alcohol then? I do like some kinds of alcohol, but I'm more of a mixed drink person. I definitely can't drink it straight, but if I mix it into something, I do like it. Are you a fan of Arnie Palmies? I'm guessing you mean Arnold Palmer? Yes, I do like those. Seltzer water is goated. No. Carbonated water was like the worst invention ever made by humans. I can't believe they invented that while I was banished in Onigashima. Disgusting. Gross. Blech. You are a fan of margaritas. Yes, I do like margaritas. This is true. I don't like beer. Maybe it's because beer is carbonated. Yeah, basically, if you're going to ask me about a soda of any kind, I don't like them. I very occasionally drink soda. Like, I will occasionally drink a Sprite, or I will occasionally drink, a Sierra Mist. I also occasionally drink, like, ginger ale. Ginger ale is really good. That's one of the few fizzy things I like. But I usually, like, water it down with a lot of ice, so that it's not as fizzy. Baby soda? It's not baby soda! What is this conversation? Man. I guess this is what I get for talking about my tastes, huh? Red wine? I don't really mind red wine. I'm more of a sangria drinker when it comes to wine. There was this restaurant that I used to go to a lot that had, really, really good pomegranate sangria. Very delicious. You lost to bubbles? I didn't lose! They just burn! It doesn't feel good to drink soda, so I don't drink soda. If you ask me, I think that's pretty healthy. And pretty based of me, also. Dad is baby? I'm not baby! Not baby. Never have been, never will be baby. So what I'm getting is the drink should be flat and sweet? Kinda. If it's possible for it to fizz without burning, then that would be fine. yeah, got you too. Rude! That's just rude, man. Based for being healthy, but skill issue for letting bubbles beat you. They don't beat me! Why are you guys acting like I lost a battle against bubbles? It just hurt. It's not that deep. There's actually nitrogen infusion instead of carbonation that gives a smooth fizz. Oh, wow, I actually didn't know about that. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Lore update, weakness to bubbles. Are you guys adding that to the lore book? Do you keep a lore book of all of your VTubers? Allergic to spicy water. Look, spicy water is cringe anyway. I wouldn't want to drink it regardless. It's going on the wiki. No! Don't put it there! Man. Wow, I have a wiki page. I go on it and one of the first things I see is that they mention that I lost a fight against Balls. And I'm just like, man. The lamest Wikipedia page ever. What about spicy food? I actually really like spicy food. I used to not be very good with it at all, but I have very slowly built up my spice tolerance, and I've gotten a lot better. I feel like I can handle, like, most mid-level, maybe a little bit of higher than middle spice. I can't do, like, crazy spice, but I've gotten way better since then. It's through exposure to spicy noodles. I really, really like spicy noodles. Shin Ramyun is one of my favorite kinds of instant ramen to make. It's actually the only kind of instant ramen I make now. And it's so good. I'm like addicted to that flavor, so... You can 1v1 Mexican food? Yes, I do really like Mexican food. Delicious. Spicy food does hit in a really nice way. Shin Ramyun with American cheese, yes or no? Maybe not American cheese. I prefer putting mozzarella cheese on top and letting it kind of like melt with the steam from the ramen. I eat it like that sometimes. And then I just add a ton of green onions because I love green onions. Oh, there's nothing wrong with American cheese, but I just prefer putting mozzarella on top. Wait, everyone is double taking. Is that weird? I think that's actually how the creator of, Bulldog, that's how she wants people to eat her ramen. She tops it with a little bit of cheese. Yeah, I get, like, shredded mozzarella, and I, like, sprinkle it on top. I put the lid back on top of the ramen so that it steams and it gets a little bit melty. Yeah. I also put eggs in my ramen. I tend to do it, like, poached egg style, where I'll, like, crack the egg into the pot while it's boiling after I put in, like, the soup powder and stuff. And then I have, like, poached eggs. So poached eggs and mozzarella cheese. And then green onions, too. So when you order at Subway, you ask for extra jalapenos? I don't really get Subway all that much. We have a few of them on Onigashima, but I don't really go out of my way to get them. I'm the kind of person where, like, if I'm gonna get a sandwich, I want it to be, like, an actual experience of a sandwich. Because, like, I can make a sandwich at home. I have ingredients for sandwiches at home, so, like, why would I go out to get a sandwich that is basically the same as the sandwich that I would make at home? Basically, like, sandwich too expensive, I become Subway, and I just buy all the ingredients that I need to make it. When I try it, may I put it on your gen tag? Yeah, of course! I hope you like it when you try it. It's the feeling of not having to make it yourself. No, that part I get. I understand it, but at least with, like, a Subway sandwich, isn't it, like, lower quality? And I feel like if you're making it yourself, you don't have to worry about, like, the extra cost to add, like, all the ingredients that you want and stuff. At least in my opinion. Also, like, most of the times that I've gotten Subway, I've ended up a little bit sick afterwards, so... Nah, man. There are, like, other sandwich places that might be more worth it, in my opinion. What if there's a Yuno way instead of Subway? Ah, yes, I will make your sandwich. What do you want on it? And then you, like, ask for something that I don't personally like on my sandwiches, and I'm just like, oh, that's cringe, but okay, I guess. It's your money. I can't judge what you're doing with it. Subway just isn't good anymore. So true. And I feel like the prices went up. It's kind of silly. Thoughts on Firehouse subs? I think I've only tried that place once, and I did kind of like it. Though I don't really remember. It's been a very long time. Only the cookies are good? Based. I don't know if they still have it, but that, like, the cheesecake cookie that they used to have? Delicious. My favorite one. That's a good restaurant idea. Show a screen of an anime girl making your food while the chefs make it in the back. That's true. Sign me up. If that place is hiring, I will definitely pretend to make a sandwich. I'll just do some cute wiggles on screen like, yeah, I'm making your sandwich right now. All for you. The broccoli soup is cool. Wait, your Subway serves soup? I have never been to a Subway that serves soup. Huh? That's kind of crazy. If you need to flatten something, you could use your forehead. Stop! That's not true! Walking out with a sandwich and 200 olives. You could ask for other things. You don't... It doesn't have to be an olive. What? 200 olives? God, that sounds awful. Just 200 olives between pieces of like, Subway sandwich bread? Ugh. They had soup for a while? What? That's crazy. Goes to show how little I get Subway because I didn't even know that they had soups for a period of time. I had no idea. That's bizarre to me. Imagine being at a soup store. I hear they sell clothes there sometimes. Yuno doesn't use her katana to block attacks, she just lets the blades bounce off her forehead. Well, firstly, I don't fight with a katana, I fight with a fan. Second of all, I wouldn't let the blades bounce off of my forehead because that would hurt. Believe it or not, it would actually hurt. Didn't Subway used to do pizza? Yeah, I think they did. Like flatbreads or something? I don't really care for flatbread pizza. But I don't want to get into another argument about pizza, because I feel like we've talked about pizza in, like, 3 out of 4 streams that I've done already. And, like, I'm really not that big on pizza. I got pizza on debut day as, like, a special little treat, but I'm not really a pizza person. I like burritos more? So true. I like burritos. Your first cover is so good. You plan to do another one soon. Ah, thank you so much for liking it. I really like Kakisai too. I think it turned out very nice. As for when I'll do another one, I have to, like, pick a song first. I think I said this during Debut 2.0, but I do have a song that I am working on learning. It's a little bit difficult compared to Kakisai, at least for me. So, I'm working on learning it so that I can sing it properly, but that would probably be the next one I'm gonna release, unless I think of something else that's easier. When you want to celebrate, what do you generally get? Besides McDonald's, I am ashamed to admit that McDonald's is kind of my, like, celebratory, cheat day sort of meal. I also like, I usually, like, get ice cream delivered, or, like, a really fancy ice cream from a, like, a more fancy store. From a fancy ice cream shop, I should say. I also, let's see, what else do I get for treats? I'm ashamed to admit that I eat out a lot. I get delivery, probably a little bit too often. Because I'm not a very good cook. I've never claimed to be a very good cook. So it's kind of just better for me to get it out sometimes. Most of what I can make at home is instant meals, which are also not good for me, so... At least if I'm ordering delivery, I can get delivery from a place that has, like, higher quality food that can sometimes be nutritious.
An offering.
Oh!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the Streamlabs donation. Is there a head pat donation alert? There is not, but I can probably figure out how to set one up. Haagen-Dazs ice cream? Haagen-Dazs is okay, but there isn't, like, a shop for it near me. Onigashima doesn't have one. We have some other ice cream shops, but not that one. I can get Haagen-Dazs in a store, though. But yeah, when it comes to delivery, I try to, like, pick out delivery meals that are at least a little bit nutritious. Like, I've gotten, like, pastas, I've gotten, like, healthy soups and healthy, like, other sorts of healthy meals. But I do sometimes splurge and it ends up being, like, McDonald's tier or something else that's a little bit more fast food-y. I used to be really big on, like, what was it? Oh yeah, like, Panera Bread. I would get, like, Panera Bread tier, like, salads and sandwiches and stuff. Those were pretty good. But now it's too expensive. Everything's too expensive. The cycle of cooking skills. You can't cook, so you order out. Because you ordered out, you don't practice cooking. Because you don't practice, you can't cook. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, man. That really is how it be. I've heard Panera soups are good. They are! But they got rid of my favorite soup. They used to have this loaded baked potato soup that I really, 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 really loved. But they got rid of it. They don't sell it at the restaurant anymore. Although I did find out that you can get it at some grocery stores in, like, big containers. So that's usually how I enjoy it and, like, replace it now, but... Yeah. I'm so sad that they got rid of that soup from the restaurant, because I used to get that with, like, a sandwich, and it was so good. Especially during winter when it gets really cold. One of the few good things about winter is soup season. Anytime you have a soup of any kind, it just hits way better.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for the Streamlabs donation. Takeout funds gotta fuel that bad habit. Oh no. Thank you, but it might be better if I don't use it to fuel my bad habit. Soup in the hottest of cocos. I do actually like hot cocoa. I can only have it, like, once or twice a winter season, though. Because I'm still not really a hot drink person. But hot cocoa is pretty good. I have to have it with, like, a nice pastry, though. Imagine you learned to make it yourself and made a big pot every now and then. Ugh. I mean, I understand the appeal of being able to make it yourself, but, like... I'm just not good at cooking. I do not have the technique. I don't think we can call Yuno dad anymore. She can't cook. She loses to Bubbles. She's eepy. Yuno's baby. No! My reputation! If anything, I think that makes me more of a dad. Those are all very dad traits.
Thank you so much.
Pizza is 100% a valid option still, though. Thank you for the donation. I mean, it is, but pizza isn't something that I go for very often. I just don't really crave pizza. When I want to, like, order fast food, I think of, like, or, like, order delivery or whatever. I think of every other option before I think of pizza. Not being able to cook is 100% a dad trait. Yeah, exactly. Also, being Eepy, not being able to handle bubbles because the old man, can't handle all the carbonation, so he's burping a lot. If you ask me, that's very fatherly of me. You lost your dad badge? No, I need it back! It's not like Kaya can suddenly become a dad. It's standard dad to fall asleep in a chair after a long day of work. Well, I don't fall asleep in a chair. I would probably just fall asleep in my bed. I would just be like, I am tired. I did a lot of work, and then I just lay down. But I can cook? Yeah, that's why you are the very responsible child that knows how to cook for the family. Your mother taught you well. Because I think Ron can cook. I'm not sure, though. Kaya already is whatever she is. Yeah, that's true. Kaya Nishikino is an enigma. She's just a strange individual. Kaya's the official gremlin of the gen. There's no dads. There's no dads, just two babies. How have your first few days been? They have been pretty good. I said it near the top of the stream, but I do really like being here so far. It's been a lot of fun. Been talking to the other girls on and off, behind the scenes, prepping streams, just kind of taking it all in, you know? That means you're not waifu material either. I never said I wanted to be waifu material, so I think that's okay. I'm just a bit helpless. It's fine. But yeah, I really am enjoying my time in kawaii. It's been fun streaming. It's been fun getting to hang out with everybody. I like my gen mates. I like production kawaii. I can fix her. No, you can't. Trust me. I have had people try to fix me in the past and it does not work. Yuno's little sister material? Why do you guys keep trying to say that I'm the emoto? I am not emoto material. That niche is already fulfilled. Yeah, I can fix you. I will fix you by encouraging you to order McDonald's. Anyone you're eager to collab with? Oh gosh, just everyone. I mean, one of my goals is to collab with as many people as possible, you know? I just have to come up with ideas. One of the things about asking for collabs and things like that, is that it's kind of good to have an idea when you first approach someone. Because otherwise, you could both be floundering for a while because no one has a good idea. So, for me at least, I like to at least have 1 or 2 ideas at the ready before I approach someone for a collab. So that I can be like, hi, I'd really like to collab with you someday. Here are the days that I am free, and here are options that I think would work for us. Or something. So, I can't say any specific names right off the bat, because I would have to, like, really think about, collab ideas that would work for everybody involved. Do you like chicken nuggets? I do. I do quite like chicken nuggets. Here's a bit of a spicy take, I guess, but I don't really, like, dip them in sauce. I just kind of like them plain. Plain nuggets. I saw the first it's registering. I don't like sauces. I don't really like barbecue sauce. I don't really like ranch. I don't really like any of the other sauces. This is not really my thing. What about ketchup? Ketchup is okay for fries, but I don't dip my nuggets in anything. I feel like I'm getting canceled. You don't like ranch? I like Ron, my gen mate. Before you try to make any accusations, I don't like ranch the sauce. I really don't. In terms of condiments, I prefer like ketchup and I like mayonnaise. But I don't really dip my nuggets in anything. Other than that, no. Less than a week in, already cancelled. Are you kidding? I've been cancelled since pre-debut. They keep finding ways to cancel me. Do you mix the ketchup and mayo? Sometimes. It's pretty yummy. I don't think mayo chup is that bad. World's most cancelable VTuber? What do you mean by this? Cancel speedrun at 8% glitchless. Wow, it's over for me. It's okay, guys. It was a nice run. I appreciated having you guys here while I could. I guess I gotta go. I'm just gonna take my mayonnaise and my ketchup and I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. Bye, everyone. Don't tell Nene about mayo chup. Why? Does she not like it? That just means there's more for me. Good riddance, you sauceless demon! That sounds like such a terrible insult somehow. How did you do that? Loathes it? Ah, I see. That's fine. They hate mayo too? I see. It's okay. Like I said, that just means more for me. I get to come back and have, like, lots of mayo chup. I did ruin some lives, the other day. I think I can talk about this, but in one of the conversations we had on Slack, we were talking about Ranch, obviously, because we were talking about Ron. So we were calling her Ranch, and I don't remember how it came up, but we were talking about, different kinds of ranch, and I brought up that ketchup and ranch mixed together does exist, and it's called Cranch. I think it was because Ron said she prefers ketchup, actually, though I don't actually remember. But yeah, I mentioned that Cranch exists, and I pulled up the official image, like the promotional image for Cranch. And all the other girls were like, no! This is awful! Why would you show me this? Can you show us? Okay, sure. I'll show you guys the Cranch. One moment. Where is she? Cranch. It's from the same, like, company that makes the mayo chup. Which I do enjoy, and I'm allowed to enjoy it. It just means that there's more for me. So it's no big deal. Hold on, it's not saving as an image file. I have to actually find an image version. Anyway, I definitely would not eat Cranch because I don't like ranch. But I had to prove the point that it exists. Kaya and Ron equals Cranch. You might be the lone buyer. What do you mean? The lone buyer of mayo chup, you mean? That's fine. It's very yummy. I don't really use it all that much, though. You were probably banned to Onigashima because you showed them Cranch. Cranch didn't exist back then. Yeah, see, my child likes mayo chup, therefore, I am not as cursed as you guys are making me out to be. Okay, it finally opened. I Can't believe I have to actually save this image of Cranch in order to just show you guys that it exists. I'm ruining your lives. Cranch. You can enjoy them separately. I also enjoy them separately. But I just think that they're kind of nice combined together. So anyway, here's Cranch. It's too big, hold on. It's too big, hold on. So here's Cranch. Cranch, the saucy sauce. Why is it orange? Because it's a white sauce mixing with a red sauce, and now it's like a creamy color. It does look like mayo chup, but there's just like extra little freckles in it. Speckles? Freckles? I don't know what the spreckles are supposed to be. I don't eat enough ranch to know. Any ranch enjoyers know what the spreckles might be? Kinda looks like that pink sauce. Okay, no, pink sauce is way more radioactive looking than this. This just looks like a weird sauce. Anyway, yeah, here's Cranch. Just a funny little guy. It's the shade of orange that looks like puke. I will give you that. It does look a little bit like puke. Puke core. Okay, we're getting rid of Cranch. I will stop ruining your lives. No more Cranch. We're free. My appetite has been restored. I'm glad. Ad's lore is sauce expert, but also weak to most sauce. It's not that I'm weak to it, I just don't like it. I can tolerate sauces. There used to be this, like, barbecue bacon cheeseburger that I really, really liked, and it had lots of barbecue sauce on it. That was one of the only times I could tolerate barbecue sauce. And I can also tolerate barbecue sauce on wings, sometimes, but I have to be in a mood for it. At this point, we need to do a sauce tier list. Oh, so true. I should do that. I should make a plan to do a stream like that in the future. When it comes to sauce, Yuno has to know her enemy so she knows how to defeat it. Exactly. When you find out that you have an enemy, you have to learn everything that you can about them so that you know how to defeat them. You have the right idea. Do you eat wings plain? Is that bad? Oh no. Is that bad? Like, I sometimes eat barbecue sauce wings, and I sometimes eat, like, other kinds of wings, but usually they're plain. Not even salt and pepper wings? Well, I mean, they have seasoning on them. Hold the fun. Yeah, of course there's, like, a rub on it. I don't eat, like, literally plain chicken. That would be insulting. I could never do that. But there's definitely, like... Okay, if we're gonna talk about it, I don't like wet wings, but I like dry rub wings. Like, if it has, like, a dry rub on it, that's fine. I can eat those. But I don't really like super saucy wings. Okay, everyone feels better now. I do like just plain wings too, but I can eat dry rub on wings. That's usually my preference if I'm going to get them with a flavor. Is it a texture thing? No, it's just a too much sauce thing. I also don't like getting a bunch of sauce on my fingers. Lemon pepper good or not? Lemon pepper good. I like lemon pepper. They have to do it right, though. Sometimes I feel like lemon pepper doesn't get done very well at certain establishments. Yeah, I also don't really like eating messy. Do you guys have those baby photos in, like, your family photo albums where they have, like, pictures of you eating some of your first meals where you're getting, like, super messy? Mine was, like, spaghetti, so there's, like, a baby photo of, like, little Yuno covered in spaghetti sauce, and, like, the high chair is also covered in, like, spaghetti everywhere. So I think about that every time I talk about how I don't really like sauces much anymore. I'm just like, man, I used to be a sauce fiend when I was little. To the point where it looked like I murdered somebody. But I didn't actually murder anybody, I just murdered a plate of spaghetti. Bet you used your horns as mini forks? How would I even do that? That would have to imply that they're removable, which they're not. Oh, I see. You guys don't have embarrassing baby photos. I guess it's just a old time. That's just what it was like in the past. A long, long time ago where we had more baby photos than young child photos. Yeah, they're not removable. My horns are just my horns. Yuno old? Yuno is eternally 21. And I've been 21 for, a while. You don't have to think about it too hard. But you removed your horns during 2.0? Yeah, but that was just an illusion. They're not actually removable. So you're forever 21. Yeah, exactly. Shops at Forever 21. Not really. I don't actually go clothes shopping all that often. I'm pretty good at, like... I'm one of those people who's really good at picking out pieces that I just keep forever. I'm not really the type to, like, buy new clothing that often. 21 add a few zeros. No! That's not true. Not that many zeros, at least. You look good with no horns? Thanks, man. Anyway, the whole reason that exists is because if I'm ever collabing with someone, I don't want to, like, stab their eyes out with the headdress. I guess to that end, I could make a version of it that only takes off the headdress, so I still have the horns, but... eh. Sometimes the horns also stab people in the eye. And I want to avoid stabbing. Do you collect anything in that case? Anime merchandise. Okay, so like if I want to get into specifics, I make these things called Ita bags. I don't know if you guys know about them, but an Ita bag is basically a bag that is dedicated to a particular character, and you take all of the merch that you have of that character and you like pin it onto the bag. I have an Ita bag. And specifically when I make Ita bags, I prefer going for like keychains or like little like rubber straps is what they're called, because I just prefer the look of them more than like can badges and stuff. So I have like an entire section of this Ita bag that I own that is all rubber straps. So I guess I'm a keychain collector. I like anime character keychains. How many have you made? Right now I just have the one. But I want to make more in the future. Circumstances have just made it hard to, like, get the materials to make a new bag. But the one that I have, is basically done. I want to make the other side be, also rubber straps, but I don't have enough rubber straps to fill the other side. So right now it has, like, cam badges and kind of, like, miscellaneous messes of stuff. It's clear so you can show off pins and stuff, right? Yep! The bag that I have is actually made specifically for, Ita bag making, so it has, like, a zip front with, like, a plastic on the front to keep it covered, and then it also has a removable, like, piece of fabric that, like, velcros into the inner part of the bag, so that you can pin stuff without pinning it directly into the bag and, like, poking holes into the bag itself, if that makes sense. I can't explain it very well, but there's, like, a removable piece of fabric, so I didn't have to make one. You could make one on stream someday? Oh, that would be kind of cool. I would probably do, like, a kawaii-themed Ita bag if that was the case. You guys watch me make an Ita bag of myself. Ita bags like Itashas, so pain bags? Yeah, exactly. Who's the dedicated waifu or husbando? It's one of my favorite characters from Idler 7. Yeah. I have it hanging on my, I have it hanging on a hook right now in my room. That's how I display it. Have you thought about making your own merch? Kind of. I'm not very good at crafts. I'm not a very crafty person. I don't know if I would be able to make my own merchandise. I'm not good at crafts. I'm not good with my hands. I don't like having to word it like that, but genuinely, anytime I've tried to do, like, a crafty thing, I've not been good at it. So, I don't know if I would be able to do it. It would be nice if I could, but I would probably have to outsource a lot of the actual making. I'm not good at art. I'm not really good at, like, making stuff. I can acknowledge my limitations in that regard. But I guess I'm pretty good at, like, organizing projects, so I would probably just be really good at organizing the production of the merch. Plenty of time for practice? Believe me, I've tried to practice, but I'm just not good at it at all. And I'm the kind of person who, I do quit kind of quickly when it comes to, not being good at something. I'm also good at paying other people to make me stuff. I shake your hand. So true. But I don't think there's any shame in that. I actually think it's a lot better for me to be able to support other artists who, like, do this kind of thing for a living. I like being able to support others. Supporting others in their art. And then, you know, the benefit is that I get some cool art in the process. But yeah, I have, like, very specific things that I feel that I am good at, and I just kind of stick to those. I don't really see a reason to... I mean, like, okay, I will try to expand my skill set in other ways that I feel like I am capable of doing, but if I already feel like I can't do something well, or if I feel like it would not result in something that would make me happy, or, like, fill me with joy, as it were, I probably will not spend the time to try and do it. Like, for me, I don't think I would get that much enjoyment out of, like, certain kinds of handcrafts or, like, drawing or things like that. There are people who do find joy in that stuff, and that's great, but I have other things that I enjoy that I would rather focus my skills to get better in. But that's just my thought. This isn't, like... For me, I don't really think it's quitter talk so much as it is, like, wanting to focus my energy on things that I feel would better me. What is your best skill in your opinion? Oh my gosh. That's very tough. I guess my voice? My voice is kind of one of the main things that I've been complimented on for, like, most of my life. I think I have a pretty solid vocal range. I think I'm pretty good at, being emotive. I'm pretty good at, like, voice acting. I also don't cringe when I'm given a script. Like, I feel like some people cringe when they have to read scripts or when they have to, like, do any sort of, like, roleplay style voice acting. and stuff like that, but for me, I don't think it's very cringe at all. I actually have a lot of fun reading it. Sometimes the more cringe, the better. So I think that that's one of my skills. And it's something that I've been working on for a very long time. I don't think I would have been like this if I hadn't already spent a bunch of time practicing it. But I don't cringe when I roleplay, and I don't cringe when I voice act, so yeah. Can we expect some type of roleplay videos in the future? Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been in talks with a mixer that I'm familiar with to potentially start mixing and having like audio drama style video uploads. Stuff like that. If you cringe at a script, you're VAing wrong. Yeah, exactly. I'm very lucky that I don't cringe. It also helps that I'm a writer too, so most of the time when I do a roleplay script or a roleplay themed thing, it's because it's a script I've already written, so I don't usually cringe at my own writing. But yeah, I think that I think it's a skill that I don't cringe when I have to voice act at all. Yeah. So you can definitely expect like roleplay ASMR and like other kinds of like roleplay type videos. That's why I talked a little bit about lore videos in the future too. I thought it'd be fun to like write out scripts for like lore videos. Maybe get a small cast together to play some of the other characters so it's not just me voicing all of them. I think projects like that are really cool. And I think that's kind of my my wheelhouse, so to speak. Yeah. Hope you'll let us see some of your writing someday. Oh, for sure. Maybe once I unlock memberships, I'll start posting, like, little drabbles, little, like, one-shot stories about stuff. I do want to have, like, writing streams in the future, too. I talked about how I probably wouldn't have, like, the document on screen, more than likely. It would just be, like, a brainstorming session. But, yeah. In the future, for sure. Forehead origins. No! The forehead origin is I was born. That's where the forehead came from. It's not like I just grew a forehead. Please. It doesn't have an origin! I was just born this way, man. Please. Cut me some slack here. So you've already put some thought into it. Yeah, of course. Always gotta be thinking about potential content. I was very surprised you have a fanfic tag. I think you're the only one in kawaii with one. That's because, like... How do I word this? For me, I feel like there's enough dissonance between... let me word this another way. I'm thinking about how to word it, so sorry if I take a second. But, like... I think that fanfiction is, like, a really fun medium. And I guess, like, I take the writing itself seriously, but I don't take the subject matter seriously. If that makes sense. Like, I personally don't take writing, or I don't take fanfiction to be, like, canon. It's not like I read it and I'm like, oh, this is what this person really thinks of me. I'm just like, oh, this person was inspired by something in their life and so they decided to write stuff. So, like, I don't know, to me, I don't really think it's that out there. I know that, like, not every content creator feels this way. There are some content creators that are very avidly, like, against fanfiction, and that's totally fine. I absolutely understand their perspective, but for me, I just think that writing is, like, an exercise in writing. So it doesn't really bother me. Did you ever write any fanfics? Oh, of course, I wrote tons. It was writing fanfiction that made me realize that I really love writing. I write more original stuff now, I would say, than fanfiction, but I think real people fanfiction was something I always kind of stayed away from. in terms of, like, VTuber fanfiction, I think it would be writing about it with the intention of it being the character, like, in the lore, in the universe, not necessarily about the streamer. If that makes sense. That's just how I see it, anyway. Like, I think that because VTubers get to have this thing called lore, and they get to have this, like, world that they build for their character, I think it's cool to write stories within that world. And so that's where, like, that idea of dissonance comes in, where it's like, okay, you're writing a story about the character, Yuno, and not necessarily the person, Yuno. Like, I'm not... I guess that's how I would explain it. I hope that's okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna use you as inspiration for my Twilight fanfics. Why Twilight? What about me makes you think of Twilight? Interesting decision there. It's the best way to do it, but there's a thin line regarding it. Yeah, for sure. I think rather than necessarily, like, fanfiction about me, I would prefer if it was, like, just stories that you guys wrote in general. I probably should have fixed the wording on it. I don't think fanfiction was necessarily the right term, but I wanted to see, like, things other people wrote. I wanted to be able to read other people's stories. It doesn't necessarily have to be about me, and, you know, I think things could get a bit messy if you tried to write fanfiction that maybe involved, the other kawaii girls, because I think the other kawaii girls would not be open to that kind of thing, so if you were gonna write fanfiction, you'd have to stick to it just being me, and that could be a little bit meh. So... So, like, my opinion is, maybe stick to original works for now, and, like, original stories that, like, you come up with, and then I will probably, like, reword it so that it's not about fanfiction. Like, I think I even changed it in the description to be, or not the description, on my, like, main tweet. I think I changed it to just be, like, fan mail, and, like, I basically wanted it to be, like, a story submission type thing, where you guys just show me your stories, and I get to read them and stuff. Ask permission first? Not necessarily that either. I think I would rather not, have anybody write stories about any of the other girls in kawaii. It would just be about me. Preferably. Time to write a 10k word one-shot of Yuno as Pickle Brick. No, please. Story submissions in general, now that I can get into. Yeah, for sure. That's why I ended up changing it away from fanfiction. I think fanfiction was a bit of a miswording on my part. I was trying to think of, like, fan stories, like, fan-submitted stories, but then, like, because it doesn't necessarily have to be about me. I want it to be about, like, whatever you guys are writing about. If I can inspire people to write and tell interesting stories, that would make me happy. That's just my thought. But yeah, probably no, like, literal actual fanfiction. Probably change it in your channel description. Yeah, I will change that in the future. I forgot I only changed it on the tweet and I didn't change it in the other descriptions, but I will fix that. I can do that right now, actually. Waha, it lets you edit while you're live. That's fun. And I'll be sure to change it everywhere else, too. That was on me. Yeah, I think VTuber fanfiction, I understand why a lot of VTubers get uncomfortable with their fanfiction because it usually ends up in subject matter, like that. And a lot of people put themselves into their VTuber activities, which, again, I totally get it. But for me, I guess I have enough dissonance to where I'm just like, they're writing about the character and it's not necessarily about me. Yeah. I will have to change that in the other VODs. And then in future streams, it'll probably just say fan mail. Let's see. Yuno versus Goku in last minute standing match. Goku would win for sure. Have you seen me? But yeah, point is, that tag, I kind of wanted it to be intended for, like, any sort of writing that you were inspired to write. Not necessarily just fan fiction. But just, like, fan writing. I want to be able to read the stuff you guys write. If you decide to write it, there's definitely no pressure. And then, you know, it's also a fan mail tag, so if you want to, like, write a fan letter, it can go in that tag, too. That's also more than okay. Yuno and Sailor Moon versus Goku and Vegeta. Bad time to mention, I've never really watched Dragon Ball Z, so I don't know the odds of victory there. But I believe in Sailor Moon. She would be the hard carry for our team. You hear that, chat? 20,000 word dissertations. Oh my god, I don't even think that would fit on Twitter. Yuno versus Killer Bean. No! Don't make me fight a bean. I'd cry. All I know is that they yell out loud a lot and their hair turns orange. Isn't it yellow? I thought it was yellow. I don't know for sure. I watched Sailor Moon a long time ago, but I don't remember a lot about it. Here's my submission, 1 out of 1,000. Oh lord. I mean, I would read every word, every part of your 1,000 part dissertation, but my goodness. It's been every other color but orange. That's what I thought. I mostly know the yellow. I don't know about the other colors. Basically, a lot of hair color changes for every transformation. Huh. Why hair color? Interesting. Every word that's really sweet of you? No, it's nothing. I feel like if you guys are able to put in the effort to, like, write something for me, it makes sense that I would sit and read it. That's my thought, at least. I don't always respond. I'm a bit bad with responding to stuff. But I would do my best to read it all, at least. 1,000-page essay on why Sailor Moon is superior to Dragon Ball. Now that I would read. The real reason the hair changes color is because the manga author wanted to both easily show how the character is different and also blonde hair needs no shading. Fascinating. You know what? I love that for them. My first dissertation would be the benefits of Cranch over having ketchup and ranch separately. Based? I would just, in my head, I would be replacing every mention of ranch with mayonnaise. Why mayo chup just makes sense. I'm gonna start writing movie reviews for Yuno to read. That will probably be what will make me decide to watch a movie, I suppose. Just kidding. I do usually pick out movies based on my own interest. Are you up to date with Honkai Star Rail? Yes, I am. The current event that's going on right now, personally for me, it's pretty boring. I'm about to do the, like, championship match stuff, but I found it so boring. You would think that I would love it because it's, like, meant to be a Pokemon parody, but I don't like it at all. It's so boring. It took such a long time to get through. It's such a slog. The worst. They've had better events before this. I don't know why this one is so lackluster or, like, not interesting, in my opinion. But I just don't like it. I hope they kind of learn from this and they don't do more events like this in the future. I'm still gonna complete it because I like rewards, but I would prefer that we don't have more events like this in the future. Are you watching Jujutsu Kaisen? It's en route to making it into the anime GOAT list. I've never watched it. I don't even remember what the description for it was. Probably didn't pique my interest. I guess it was intended to be spread out. It lasts for a few more weeks. Well, yeah, but, like, it's hard to get motivation to even do it despite having all the time. You don't skip the lore based. Well, yeah. Have you seen everything about me? I mostly play games for story. The last thing I would do is skip the lore. But I just think the lore for this one's kind of boring. Speaking of Star Rail, is it the only Hoyo game that you're currently playing? Why not try out Honkai Impact 3rd? I have been wanting to try Impact 3rd eventually. I just haven't had the time. I have it downloaded and everything, I just haven't tried it. But yeah, to answer the question, Star Rail is currently the only Hoyoverse game that I'm actually playing. I do want to try the, Zoneless Zero, that game, whenever that comes out, because that looks interesting. But other than that, it's only Star Rail for me. I think I said it in one of my previous streams too, but I tend to prefer, I think I've started preferring turn-based a little bit, or like stuff that's a bit slower. One of the reasons I didn't like Genshin is because I don't have very quick reaction times. I'm a bit of a grandma. I'm a bit of a grandmother, so the like playstyle of Genshin didn't really appeal to me personally. Also, when they introduced the concept of world levels and they like forced you to level up your world in order to progress in the story, I got really sad because I just wanted to stay over leveled so I could keep going through the rest of the story. I didn't like the grind in Genshin personally, which is a shame though because I did really like where the story was going and I liked the characters, but I didn't want to level up my world. I was being a baby. But I pay attention to story updates on occasion. I also watch my friend play when we feel like trying to catch up, but we're so far behind now that it just feels like there's no point. Zenless Zone Zero, but the gameplay will be just like Honkai Impact 3rd, so... Oh, interesting. I don't actually know anything about it, so I didn't know it was gonna play like Impact 3rd. The grind is too much on most of these games. I already got 2 jobs, I don't need a 3rd just for anime girls. Exactly! That's part of why I like playing so many games on, like, casual mode. Because, like, I already work so much, I don't want to have to work in a game. I understand the feeling of accomplishment some people get from, like, working hard in games and stuff, but for me, I play games just for the enjoyment of it all. And because anime girl's pretty. So, I don't necessarily want to have to put in that much energy to grind a ton. But that's just me. Kudos to the people who enjoy other kinds of gaming, but I'm just a very chill girl, looking for a chill time. I don't play too many gachas. I have like a handful that I play, but I'm pretty much free to play in most of them. I have dipped my toes into spending on Star Rail, but that's because I really needed my wife Jingliu. My beautiful ice wife. I did manage to get her finally. I'm so glad. But I try not to spend. And I don't play a lot of gacha specifically because I don't want to feel that impulse to spend. The one other gacha that I'm actively playing right now, has been completely free to play. I have absolutely no plans to spend in it, so yeah. I think there's a difference between skill checks and do this repetitive task for 6 weeks. Yeah, I get it. One of the reasons I like Star Rail compared to Genshin is because Star Rail lets you auto a lot of the repetitive tasks. So for me, I think that makes it easier. I like when games have auto features, because then you can just kind of auto the parts that you don't want to actually care too much about to get the materials, and then you just put in your effort elsewhere. But yeah, I've been really good about not spending. I used to be terrible. Going back to Idolish 7, I did go for broke a lot of times because of my best boy, and that was a very bad time, and I didn't feel good about it at all, and I have since decided to never go that deep ever again. So I'm very careful with gacha, and I'm very careful with spending if I decide that I want to spend. I have to make sure that the resources are available, and I have to make sure that it will be worth it. For example, Jingliu is a DPS ice type unit, and I needed a DPS ice type unit very, very bad, so I felt that it was worth dipping into the wallet for. I had saved a lot for Jingliu, and she didn't come home with any of the stuff I saved, so I only bought like a basic pack. And then I spent it, and she came home like in the first pull, and I was like, thanks man, I guess I can save this for the next unit. That's one of the other reasons I don't like spending, because like if you spend a big amount thinking that you're gonna need all of that currency for those pulls, and then the unit comes home in like the first one, you're just like, well, now I have all of this currency, I guess I can save it, but like, I got this for you! Why are you so ungrateful to me? It's the worst. So you didn't get her light cone? I'm thinking about pulling for her light cone. I know it's pretty good for her, but I already have the light cone that you get in the Herda shop, and I hear that one is a pretty good replacement if you don't get her signature light cone. But I've thought about getting her light cone, if not just because it's good for her, but because it pretty, she pretty, wife pretty, but I think I'm okay with the light cone that I currently have for her. At least in my opinion. I don't play the game for meta. I play the game to make characters I like strong, and then I just hope for the best, so I'm not really like sweating it for getting the like signature light cone all the time. I think the only time I pulled a signature light cone like purposefully was when I got okay, I have technically done it twice actually. I did it for Luocha and I did it for Fushuan. I got both of them and their signature light cones. Star Rail is generally pretty easy, so you can get away with most team compositions. Yeah, exactly. Because I liked the art. Yeah, that's understandable. Kafka's was pretty. I didn't pull for Kafka at all, though. I get why people like Kafka as a character, but I feel like she's kind of overrated. Just in my opinion. I don't find her very compelling as a character so far. I even did the companion quest, and that whole time I was just like, eh. I'm like lukewarm towards her. She's okay. But I'm not like crazy about her like everybody else in the fandom is. For me, I'm just kind of like, yeah, you're there. I get it. She exists. March 7th. Oh, good taste. I really like March 7th. March 7th is cute. Yeah, exactly. To each their own. You're totally allowed to like her. I understand why people like her. She is certainly an archetype that people enjoy, but she's not an archetype I personally enjoy. I'm a filthy casual in Star Rail, but I got Sela and Mommy Kafka. Don't call her Mommy, please. I wish I had pulled for Sela. I didn't think to. I wish I had pulled for Silverwolf as well. My quantum characters are lacking. Sorry, this is kind of devolved into Star Rail talk, but it be like that sometimes. Ugh, my nose is itchy. You guys, you're falling for the lies, aren't you? I heard a Sela banner is coming soon, but don't quote me on that. It is! That was actually confirmed in one of their, video direct type thingies. When the Topaz banner comes out, so after Jingliu, there's going to be a Sela banner that starts at the same time that Topaz's banner is going. So anybody who missed out on Sela also has a chance to pull for her alongside Topaz. But I really want Topaz. And I really want Sela, so I have to choose between the two of them. Man. That's the worst thing about, like, rerun banners. Why are they running it at the same time as another character that I want? I want Topaz! But I needed Seal. Topaz has a pig equals auto win. She's so good. I love Numby. Numby is so cute. Gacha stinky? Yeah, exactly. This is the pain of having a gacha. Oh man, you used to play FGO? Couldn't be me. I've tried FGO on like 2 separate occasions, and both times I did not like it. I tried it once around when it first came out, didn't like it. I tried it again later on because my friends were like, please try it, Yuno. Please try it out. We think you might like it because you like lore. And I was like, okay, I'll try again. And then I hated it. That gameplay was a slog. I don't know what it was about the early translations too, but those translations were riddled with so many grammar errors and like spelling mistakes. The worst. Awful. Didn't like that at all. FEH, that's Fire Emblem Heroes, right? I tried that one at one point too. I kinda liked it, but I didn't really vibe with it completely. That's fair. If you play a game with a goal in mind and then you stop after reaching that goal, that makes perfect sense to me. Just read a transcript. The gameplay is poop. Noted. Good to know. I do think its current story is one of the best in gaming, though. That's fair. I'm sure it gets better in later stories. But the beginning is a real slog, and there's no auto button, so that's a real slog. I did not like it. Why roll gacha when you can get the PNGs on Google? See, this guy gets it. This guy understands. Why roll the character when you can just look up the PNG on the internet and make it your desktop wallpaper? Exactly. If I really want to know a gacha game story but don't want to sink money, I'll just watch someone else play it. That was literally me with Genshin. When I stopped playing, I watched a friend play it for me, but then we both kind of stopped because we fell too far behind. Can we get a Hanamizuki gacha with PNGs? I mean, I would be so down if we could figure out how to get that to work, for sure. We would need a lot of art for that, though, and I think we're still a bit too new. Maybe in the future, though. That could be fun. Gacha games, they really do infect the brain in so many ways. I'm just thinking about how much of my life has been dedicated to gacha ever since I played my first one, and I'm just like, man, I used to be obsessed with gacha games. I used to play, like, way more. I was the kind of person who would have both an EN and a JP account, and I would play, like, on both accounts pretty regularly. Man. What was your first one? I think my first one was the original Love Live School Idol Festival. Yeah, that's the example where I played both EN and JP. I would grind both. Yeah. And then, I got into Ensemble Stars, like, maybe half a year later. And then I was playing Ensemble Stars in JP for, like, a very, very, very long time. Isla 7 is also JP only, so I would play on i7, and I would, like, grind for events a lot. Yeah. I went hard on certain gacha games, for sure. It's one of the fastest ways to burn out. Yeah, for sure. I remember there were, like, a lot of nights where I would stay up specifically to tier for, like, OnStars events. And I would go really hard on OnStars events and I had, like, a strategy for, like, how to maintain my rank. It was awful. I don't play it anymore. The only time I spent money on OnStars actually was just to, like, rank. I don't think I ever spent money on gacha that much. Maybe like once or twice, but I mostly would use money to get jewels for tiering. And I remember I was so sad because I worked really hard to stay in tier for an event, and like OnStars events back then and OnStars 1 only would go for like 2 straight weeks, and I was in the right tier for like 13 out of 14 days, and on the last day I messed up one of my times. And so I got knocked out of the rank at the last possible minute, and I couldn't fix it. And I was devastated. I had spent 2 straight weeks of my life trying to maintain that rank. And that's kind of when I realized that I was wasting a lot of time. I don't think I ever tried to tier for an event after that. I was devastated. OnStars fans are crazy. You mess up once and you're suddenly barred from entry forever. It was awful. I do still love my OnStars boys, though. OnStars as a series, good. OnStars as a game, not doing it ever again. I did tier occasionally in Squidle Festival, not on JP. JP was way too sweaty for me. But I did tier occasionally in EN. And I tiered a lot in All-Stars EN, when All-Stars EN came out. I didn't really do it in JP. I did play JP All-Stars alongside EN All-Stars. But I eventually switched to EN being my main. And then, I did tier a lot on that one. But it was kind of easy, because I don't think enough people were really playing All-Stars. Which is a shame. I really loved Squidle Festival All-Stars. I thought that the playstyle was very unique. And I really liked the strategy that came alongside the very, like, basic rhythm gameplay. I liked it a lot. But I guess it wasn't popular enough because they discontinued service. The claim is that they wanted to devote all of their resources to Sif 2, but then I looked at how Sif 2 came out, and I'm just like, well, where are the resources? You're claiming that you wanted to focus all of your attention on making Sif 2 good, but then Sif 2 came out, and it was so painfully mid, probably even a little bit below mid, and I was just like, this is just a rhythm game. Like, there's not even anything here. And then, like, I played the first event and everything, but even that was so mediocre. I was just like, what? Where are the resources? You said you were devoting resources to this. Where are they? It was so disappointing. I did not like that at all. So I very quickly stopped playing on JP. Maybe when EN comes out, I'll take another look at it, but, like, it really just felt like a rhythm game. Which I guess, at its core, that's kind of what most people played Sif for, but it was still just, like, a bummer. At least to me. I'm sure there were probably other people who were like, yay, more rhythm game, it has all the songs available at once. We can grind out so many songs, but I was just like, man. And, like, the graphics didn't even look like they improved all that much. It was, like, more sparkles. Like, we had more on-screen sparkles. Congrats, I guess? Where's the content, though? It was just kind of lame. Definitely sucks when that happens. Yeah, for sure. I thought that All-Stars had a lot more, like, love and passion put into it. And that's why I ended up liking it a lot more. Who needs content when you have sparkles? I guess so. Who needs content when you can just, tap with sparkles? Yippee, I guess. Very silly. But yeah, my forays with gacha have slowed down a lot in more recent times. I, like, pay attention to gacha stuff still. Like, I pay attention to story updates in gacha games that I was really passionate about in the past, but I have severely limited my time with gacha because I don't have time for all that anymore. I have other things I want to focus on, and I feel like putting my energy towards games that, like, actually provide content that I like is probably better. Gacha games being, like, constantly updating, is sometimes a double-edged sword where, like, oh cool, there's, like, a small digestible story update that I can play in, like, a night or two. But then you, like, don't have content for, like, 2 or 3 weeks. And you're just like, well, what do I do with my time now? Grind, I guess. And that's, like, fun too, but I don't know. I think I'd rather put my time towards, like, other games and or media at this point in my life. So less gacha for me. I will occasionally try other gachas if I think that they might be worth it, but eh. Let's see. So I'm playing Starvale. I'm playing Idly Pride is one of the only gacha that I have on my phone. Every other gacha I'm playing now is like a PC client. But I have Idly Pride on my phone. I also play Nikke. I like Nikke quite a bit. I think the story is really compelling. But I've slowed down a bit recently, because I feel like Nikke also has a very sharp difficulty curve that's, like, kind of hard to surmount, for me at least. I'm not very strategic when it comes to, like, setting up gear and stuff, so my characters are still not super strong, even though I'm at a pretty high level. So I've kind of slowed down a bit with Nikke, but I do like it. I like the characters a lot. They're all so cute. Nikke lore gets really depressing. Yeah, I know! That's part of why I like it, though. It's so interesting. Yeah, there's a point where you can't auto-battle. Exactly. And I suffer with that kind of thing, so yeah. Have you tried Arknights? I have. I didn't particularly like it, though. The story was interesting and everything, but I couldn't get into the gameplay very much. I did try it, but it was not for me. I appreciate the recommendation, though. I might try and pick it up again someday in the future if I feel like I need something else to fill my time, but I wasn't particularly drawn in by Arknights, personally. I did also try, Punishing Grey Raven. Yeah, I did try that one. I liked it. For me, it's mostly a matter of time. Trying to catch up is hard. But I liked Punishing Grey Raven, too. Do you read visual novels? Yes, I do. Not super often these days, but I do really like visual novels. Visual novels and otome games. Is Punishing Grey cool? I think it is. It's another one of those games where you have to have, like, quick reaction times or, like, an ability to memorize combos and stuff, which I can't say is my forte. But I don't think it's difficult by any means. Okay, we have somebody in the chat really trying to shill Honkai Impact. Maybe. I've already said maybe. I would like to see you play VN on stream. If I can find one, for sure. There's like an issue with permissions for some of these games, though. A lot of visual novels, because they are like very heavily story-based, they don't really like when people stream them because it leads to spoilers. So it's kind of hard to get permissions. But I will look into some. See if some of them already have permissions and stuff. But yeah, for example, I've never played Danganronpa, even though, like, it's super popular. And I was like, oh, maybe I could stream that, potentially. And then I looked, and it said, and they have a specific rule that's like, you can't stream past chapter 1, because we don't want people to get spoilers. And I was just like, well, that's unfortunate. So, no point in that, I guess. I know some of them are basically in perpetual lockdown like they're an Atlas game. Yeah! Atlas games are also in lockdown, but Atlas has gotten a bit better about, like, getting rid of some of their perms. Or, not getting rid of, but, like, loosening the restrictions after, like, certain periods of time. Like, I think they recently made it that you could stream the, like, ending of Persona 5 now? Like, Persona 5 Royal? Or something? I don't remember. I, like, vaguely remember hearing about that, though. Oh, did they change it for Danganronpa, too? I'll have to look into that. The last time I looked, I remember seeing that they had, like, a really strict rule about streaming it. Have you ever played Ace Attorney? I have watched somebody play Ace Attorney 1, and I think Ace Attorney 2? Yes. But I've never personally played them myself, but I watched somebody else play them. It seems like a fun series. I don't know if it's necessarily for me, but I did like watching 1 and 2. I definitely want to look into more visual novels, though. And I know that there are a lot of really good indie ones. It's just a matter of looking. Sorry, my tracking looks weird sometimes. It's always when I take a sip of water. Ugh. My nose is still so itchy. They basically make you wait a decade or something when everyone shared the ending within the first few days. Yeah. I mean, I get it. These companies do want to encourage people to play their games. How about To the Moon? Oh, I loved To the Moon. I played it, like, when it first came out. Like a long time ago. That was when I first played it. I loved it so much. It was so good. So sad. I cried a lot. To the Moon, good. I never played the sequel, I don't think. I'd have to look into those. I don't remember ever playing the sequel, and I don't think I ever played the... It had like 1 or 2 other games that were added to like the series, right? I think so anyway. I have very vague memory. But yeah, no, I loved To the Moon. It was so good. Wonderful game. But yeah, if I could find more games like that, those would definitely be things that I would love to play on stream in the future. I love a story-based game, so... I will do my best to look and find good options. I knew about the song before knowing about the game. Well, yeah, that song is really iconic. And it's really pretty. I liked that song a lot, too. I think the composer has gotten more popular since then. Like, she made, like, her own game and stuff that had more of her own music in it. That was Rakuen, right? Rakuen? Is that what it was called? I never played it, but I heard of it. Favorite video game song or music? I immediately go to, like, the Tales series. I think, Tales of Vesperia was kind of the best for me, at least, because, I thought it was really cool that a lot of the songs, like, remixed the opening song, which is Ring a Bell by Bonnie Pink. I loved Ring a Bell, and I thought it was really cool that a lot of the, like, mainstay OSTs were, like, remixes of Ring a Bell. My favorite soundtrack is Fury Sparks. That's a bit silly, I know, but Fury Sparks was the song that plays during the, well, I don't want to spoil it in case I ever play Tales of Vesperia on stream in the future, but Fury Sparks, my beloved. Such a good song. And I always think about the opening, and every time I think about the opening, I think about the dialogue between Yuri and Flynn where they're like, I'm so gonna kick your ass. No, 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 no. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, it's on now. And it's just so, like, ingrained in my skull. Those deliveries in the English dub are, like, engraved in me. I love them so much. Those two are my sons. I would do anything for them. Have you played Transistor? No, I have not. I've actually been recommended Transistor before, though. So it's something I've considered playing. I would have to look more into it for sure, but a friend has recommended it to me before. How many Tales of series have you played? I have played Symphonia, Symphonia 2, Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Vesperia, and Tales of Legendia, and I started Tales of Arise, but I haven't really gone past the prologue. Well, I think I might be in chapter 1 now, actually. I don't remember. I'm still very early. But I will let you guys know, I did ask for permissions for all of the other Tales games that are on Steam right now. So I asked for permission for Arise. I asked for Vesperia Definitive, I asked for Zestiria, and I asked for Berseria. Because I never played Zestiria or Berseria, and then I asked for permission for Arise to see if we could try and get permissions for around when the DLC comes out. Because that could be pretty fun. We already have permissions for Symphonia because I think Lua Senpai was playing it. So since permissions are already there, I'm thinking about starting another playthrough of Symphonia. Maybe. If I do it, there's a chance that I would only use it to, like, flex that I'm good at playing on Mania. Yeah. But I love Tales of Symphonia. It was, like, my gateway JRPG. Like I said, it was, like, the first game that I really played that wasn't Pokemon. So... it would be really, really fun to play it. And the challenge would be playing on a fresh save, but starting with Mania. It might be hard to start with Mania, but I think I could do it. It would take a lot of grinding, but I think I could do it. I have such fond memories of playing on Mania. I remember me and my friends, we were a group of 4, so we had the perfect amount to do multiplayer on the GameCube version way back when. And I remember we actually did, like, a Mania playthrough during, like, I think it was during the summer, but we had, like, basically an almost week-long sleepover where everyone stayed at my house. And we did a Mania playthrough, and since we were a group of 4, we could all have our own controller and play in co-op for fights. And we tried to beat the final boss on Mania. It was so much fun! Gosh, playing it on Mania was the best. And it felt so good when we managed to actually beat the boss. We all had, like, a specialty character that we were playing, and it was really, really fun. As long as you know where to go and what to forge to get the right weapons early, then you'll be fine. I guess so. I never really did a lot of foraging when I played. I just kind of would, like, go to weapons shops. I'm not really big on, like, resource management when it comes to foraging. But we still did a pretty good job. Symphonia, my beloved, yes, you get it. You understand. You're picking up what I'm putting down. What big glasses you have. Yes, thank you. Who's your favorite playable character? Oh my gosh, Persea. Persea, no question. I also really liked playing Genus. Playing Genus was fun too. He's my favorite magic user. But I love Persea. Persea for physical arts, Genus for magic arts. I'm also a pretty good Colette. I can play Colette pretty well too. And she's kind of like mid type. She can do both magic and like physical attacks. Yeah. But those are my faves. Persea is my child. She's so sweet. Her story makes me so sad. I care about her a lot. We won't meet her for a long time if I do decide to do this Symphonia playthrough, but you guys will understand when you meet her. I care about her. Man, I love Tales of Symphonia. I'm just thinking about all of the, like, nostalgia I have surrounding the game. Yeah. Her DPS being crazy also helps. So true. I love Persea, though. She's so good. So yeah, maybe Symphonia in the future. I have to think more about it. but I'm definitely considering. And we'll see how the permissions go for the other Tales games. I think it would be fun to play those with you guys as well. I'm waiting for Legendia to get its Steam port. I really want to introduce more people to Legendia. Please, Legendia is so based. People ignore it because it's so different from, like, the more main game Tales games, but Legendia was so good. I loved it so much. More Legendia, please. More Legendia love. I feel like even the Tales series itself tends to forget Legendia exists, but, like, the Legendia cast is so good. They're all so cute. They really feel like a found family sort of deal. I know a lot of the games feel very found family-esque, but, like, for me, I feel like Legendia was, like, the truest example of, like, found family. Yeah. So it's on the docket for sure. I am considering, I will hopefully... I'm crossing my fingers and my toes that I will get permissions. But we will see. Yeah. Ugh, my nose. Why is it so itchy? I just loved the concept of the MC being a grappler. His complex throw loops were so fun to execute. Yeah, for sure. Sentinel does have a really fun fight style. In Legendia, I usually played either Jay or Norma. But I really do love their fighting styles a lot. I'm a pretty decent Moses as well, but those were the ones I would usually play. Oh, also Chloe. I liked playing as Chloe, too. Those were my go-tos. It took me a while to get good at playing Jay. Jay has some interesting combos. I find it funny you say you're not good at Zatsu, yet you're doing great. Oh gosh, thank you! I'm doing my best. I feel like I still pause a bit too much, but I am trying to get better. That's what this stream is for, after all. I can't get into caster and range characters in Tales games. I really like the range characters, actually. In Tales of the Abyss, I played Annis. I was Annis, and... Did I play anybody else, or was it only Annis? I think it was honestly only Annis. Annis is one of my favorite Tales characters ever. Annis good. You haven't played Zillia 1 and 2? Oh, I watched somebody play Zillia for me. I watched someone play Zillia 1 and Zillia 2. They only came out on systems that I didn't own, because they didn't come out on, like, PC, and, in my family, they got kind of tired of buying me new game systems every Christmas. So, I couldn't get the new game systems in order to play the Tales games that came out on the PlayStation, which was so sad for me. I still am really sad about it. But I do know about Zillia 1 and 2. Jude is probably, like, my favorite, protagonist. I love Jude very, very much. You got the Wii, didn't you? Yeah. I played Symphonia 2 on the Wii. That sure was an experience that I had and hated. It might have been the worst Tales game experience I ever played. Awful. That was the game of all time. You're so right. Honestly, I don't hate it. I hated how it played. I don't necessarily hate the game. I don't think it should have been a sequel. I think it should have been one of those sequels where they just had an entirely different cast. I don't think they should have, what's it called? I don't think that they should have included the main cast in the way that they did. They felt shoehorned, and it made no sense. What the heck is Mayochup? Hi, Reina Senpai. Also, what do you mean, what the heck is Mayochup? It makes sense. Chad is telling me you eat mayo chup? Well, they're... Mayo chup is just a mix of mayonnaise and ketchup. It's like pre-mixed in like a bottle. It's not that bad. It's gross! Well, that's fine. More for me. You're allowed to not like it. I'm not here to... I'm not here to sit on, like, a soapbox and, like, tell you that it's the best thing ever. I'm not gonna argue about it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. It's just more for me. If we're going to talk about things that are vile, I agree with chat in that ketchup and ranch is worse. Ketchup and ranch is truly disgusting. In this house, we hate cranch. There will be no cranch. I love you despite your bad opinions. Thanks, senpai. I love you as well. Cranch, no. Yeah, exactly. Let's just unite in the fact that we hate cranch. There will be no cranch. No cranch. Shifting the hate away from mayo chup. Look, that's the strat. If I can keep the mayo chup to myself, I feel like that's a win. Tell her about your other food takes. I'm good. I don't even remember what all of my takes were. Have a good stream. I love you. Bye. Bye. Have a good stream. Make sure to protect your lobster from Reina. Oh, she can have it. I don't like seafood. Oh no, you guys have unlocked another spicy take. I don't like seafood. I don't like seafood at all. Ranch over blue cheese? Interesting. I haven't had enough blue cheese to make an opinion. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. I don't like seafood. I don't like it. Well, okay, she better not steal my burger, but she can have all the seafood that she wants. That's fine. You prefer your food invisible? What do you mean by this? Not even salmon or shrimp? No salmon. The only time I've ever tolerated a shrimp was popcorn shrimp, but even then I don't eat it. Nope. No seafood for me. No lobster. No sushi. Absolutely no sushi. No fish. No seafood. No crab either. Nope. None of that. Oh, you don't like to see food. I get it now. That took me a minute. I can't believe my ears. Not even imitation crab? I've never tried imitation crab. Allergic or just dislike? Just dislike. I don't think I'm allergic. But I haven't really gone out of my way to eat seafood to find out. Wouldn't that be terrible? You guys are like, you know, you have to try seafood. You have to give it a go. You have to try it at least once to see if you might actually like it. And I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll try it. And then I try it and we find out that I'm super allergic. That would be awful. I barely eat red meat, so I understand your point. Yeah, that's fair. I like red meat. I used to not eat a lot of meat, though. I was, like, borderline vegetarian for, like, a lot of my childhood. Because I didn't really go for, like, meat, usually. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel when it comes to food takes. If I don't like something that you guys like, I'm just like, well, that just means there's more for you guys. And then conversely, if I like something that you guys hate, I'm just like, well, more for me. Yes, I did live like that. It was kind of unintentional. I don't really know why, but as a kid, I did not like meat in any capacity. Most of the meals I remember eating were like pastas. And that's about it. Pastas, maybe like a sandwich or a soup. Okay, like, I think the one time I would eat something with meat in it was like chicken noodle soup. I didn't even eat like meat sauce spaghetti. I had to have like plain sauce with no meat in it. I don't really remember if I had anything else like that as a kid. But that was specifically when I was a kid. When I got older, I started appreciating meat more. So now I do eat more meat. What else do you like? That's a pretty broad question. Are you a ketchup and pasta enjoyer? I've personally never tried it, so I can't say if I would hate it, but just thinking about it, I don't really like the taste of, like, straight ketchup. I don't know if I would like it on noodles. Vegan pretty much at a young age. Oh no, I was vegetarian. Because I consumed a lot of dairy products. I still went for dairy like crazy. I loved cheese. Mac and cheese was one of my favorite things to eat as a kid. I drank a lot of milk as a kid. I don't know why that didn't help my height. I really wish it helped my height. I basically am walking proof that milk helping you grow is a myth, because I drank milk basically every day as a kid, and I did not grow very much. So, that's a myth. Spam? Oh, I love Spam. That was something I got into in more recent years, but I do really love Spam. Oh my gosh, my nose. It helped your forehead grow. No! Brain expansion, I guess. Vegetarian, what did you eat at McDonald's? I didn't eat McDonald's as a kid. That's the thing. I didn't really get into McDonald's until I was older and started eating more meat. That was your meat then? No, I didn't eat Spam until I was older either. I didn't eat eggs until I was older. I didn't really consume a lot of protein. Most of my protein came from, like, peanut butter, I guess. Yeah, I guess it was mostly peanut butter. Have you tried Spam and mac and cheese? Yes, it's delicious. Yeah. What meat do you like the most? Oh gosh, that's tough. I think I have a preference for chicken? Maybe? It's hard to say, because I do like beef, but I think I might prefer chicken. Fried or grilled? Both. I think I usually go for fried first, but I like grilled chicken. Grilled chicken is good in, like, certain foods. Certain moods, also. But I like both a lot. But yeah, I didn't really start eating meat until I was, like, a teenager. I don't know what it was. I just always avoided it. I was very picky as a kid. Very, very, very picky. And my family never really thought to, like, fight me on it, I guess, so they never really exposed me to a lot of meat. And then, like, I guess when you get older, your taste buds kind of, like, suddenly expand and you get more used to eating all kinds of stuff, so I started being more open to eating meat and things. I can't believe I didn't like bacon as a kid, either. I love bacon now. Based pork enjoyers. Chicken yucky? That's an interesting take. I have never seen someone say the chicken is yucky. eat bacon super often. I used to eat it with my mac and cheese a lot too. You will notice that I still eat a lot of mac and cheese. But I don't eat a lot of bacon super often. That's something I usually kind of avoid. Well, not like avoid, but it's just not something I go for a lot. Okay, I want to keep talking. I was planning to go until, closer to when Kaya was going to start her stream. But I'm getting phone calls, and I need to make sure that I answer these and figure out what's going on. So I have to cut it a little bit shorter than I wanted to, but I'm gonna redirect you guys to Kaya's waiting room. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope this was a fun Zatsu. I know it mostly became food opinions, the stream, but yeah, I had a lot of fun. I will see you guys again on Friday. I'm off tomorrow. But I'll see you guys again on Friday for karaoke. Hopefully I will have a set list picked by then. This is me, pointing at myself in the mirror and being like, you better pick your set list. Pick your set list, you know. So I'm gonna do my best to get that set up. But I will see you guys, then, on Friday. Yeah. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone, whether that's day or night or whatever. Yunotsu! Bye-bye!